Sounds like Sanchez is still signing autographs.
Right.
This is
They both will be a while.
This is like an old soccerplex vibe. Like do the mix zone and just wait for them to make their way all the way down. And like half an hour goes
At least
by.
you could see that.
Yeah, you could see the progress. It was just you'd see there was going to be
A while.
a minute. A couple of those seasons, it was like honestly, give the players a little while to decompress. There's only so many ways you can ask, like Estelle Johnson in 2018, like, so, like, I know this is like the 4th 2-0 loss in a row. Yeah.
Okay, 2015, Carly Wood with the Houston Dash decided to do half the field and then leave.
Sometimes you gotta go. Y'all gonna be leaving. You do not want to get stuck. There's no way to get out of there.
Just letting everyone know I'm going to open up that mic.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you for the heads up.
It's 3D printed.
Oh yeah, Ditzel, yeah. These were a little hard to track down. Naturally, I did not have a job at the time they came out. So.
They just stayed on the wish list for a while.
Yeah, and then it was like first paycheck came, and I was like, "This is my congratulations message."
Electric bill, rent.
These first.
You wear them in the dark.
Yeah. These will keep me warm when it was cold at night.
So, mic's off. Just let me know. Oh.
All right, head coach Mark Parsons. Dare we go to Jason?
I can handle it, I think. Mark, you've been saying kind of all season, 5 to 10 game progress before you start to really hit that where you want the team to be. How close was today for a 90-minute performance?
Yeah, I'm really, really happy and proud of this performance. This was a big performance against a very good opponent. And when I come back to that statement that I've said, yeah, Chicago probably was the first one, was like, okay, we're starting to look the way we intend to look, but we're nowhere near. Today we took 1 or 2 more steps in how we're supposed to look, and it felt really good. But it was just 1 or 2 steps. Now, yeah, first off, we should have scored 2 or 3 more goals, and we shouldn't give up this one. This could be 4 or 5, and it would have been deserved. So identity is strong. We're taking steps, but then how we're doing in that, yeah, it's we have a lot of improvement to do. And when we weren't playing so well but picking up points, it was important to stay balanced. And here, We did a lot of good things. It was a special day, but we're still only a few more steps ahead, and we've got a long path ahead. This feels good. This feels really good. I'm so proud of the players and doing this at home in front of our fan base on a special day against a really, really good team.
We heard from, during the national team camp, Vlatko mentioned wanting to see Trinity and Ashley connecting a little more. It seemed like today they almost connected. It seemed like every time you came forward. How much of a point of emphasis has that been internally, and how much of that was like, will they kind of figure that out, that they've already got that connection?
Yeah, I think that's a byproduct. I have maybe they're softer words. I don't give a crap about what national team or anyone else wants. I really don't. What I do care is about players playing in the best position, showing their top qualities. The last 2.5 weeks, we have done the best work we've had for the last 3 months of building the connection between our backline and midfield, and our midfield and our forwards. And yeah, for 2 weeks, there was a session. There was a session earlier this week where we just took too long to find Sanchez, and yeah, I've made everyone aware she's our 10, and she needs to be the first thought and the second thought. We can get there in one pass, or we have to get there in 2. But we also, teams will stop her. San Diego tried to stop her, and we need to use Enos and Paige to be able to free Sanchez. And if Paige and Enos get free, then they cause problems today as well. Focus on ourselves, focus on players playing with their quality. When we have Sanchez, Trin and Hatch cooking like they were today, yeah, it's a problem. It's a big problem.
Andre?
Wanted to touch on halftime, because like you said, the first half could have been a few goals, and at that time it looked like it might have been one of those performances that could have ended 1-0, 1-1. So what was said at halftime to have the team come out so strong?
Well, we showed 2 clips in attack. We just showed 2 clips to say this is what we thought they were going to be, and we said before the game they will have to choose. Are they going to stop our midfielder being on the ball, or are they going to stop our fullback? And we just showed the clips where they were trying to do that and said, Sam, Tara, if they're trying to stop here, she's free. If they're trying to stop there, the inside is free. But we wanted to get more of Sanchez between lines, and like she did for Trin's goal, you know, that's the perfect. And I grabbed Ema, our assistant coach, I gave him the biggest kiss, because we've been working so hard on this connection, and they did a good job. And now we've tasted it, I think it's easier to keep selling and convincing that this will make sure players are playing well. So halftime was focused on things that the choices we had to make, the space, back to principles or game plan. And the principles are, we want a free player. The opponent has a choice of who is free. We're always going to have a shape where someone's free, and and then we have to take advantage of the free player. And then defensively, Germa started to dribble out the back and end of the half, and meant that they got some success from that. Something I'm missing, I should have started there. Sam Starb and Tara Mecchione, Alex Morgan, Jaden Shaw, Sophia Jakobsen, Doniak, Rachel Hill. Yeah, until the end, it crushes me. But backline and Albury superb, but Tara and Sam Starb, Alex Morgan, Jaden Shaw, are you kidding me? And there was nothing. I'm really, really happy and proud. You know, for 2 reasons. Sam is one of the best ball-playing centre-backs in the league, and we're focused on helping her be a better defender, and she owned it today. With Tara, it's a long-term project. She won, I think, every single duel and tackle and header. These 2 were superb, and Amber and Gabby, yeah, gave them nothing. It was good to score the goals and build the connection, but we controlled the game with defending today. And when we're at our best, we'll control with our defending, and these guys made it impossible for San Diego to get in till the end, which maybe it keeps us hungry, but it still pisses me off.
Mario?
In the last couple of games, Inez has become a pretty important cog in the midfield. How has she been stringing along in the and gaining connections with her teammates in the last few games?
Yeah, well, the reason we brought Inez here was she has great quality with the ball, positioning, and that's something that we're trying to keep improving. Her ability to position herself. There's almost like 2 teams or 2 types of players. There's a team that says, you know, kind of pass it here, or there's a team that says be in a space. And we're a team that says be in space. So then you need players who understand space. And space is, your reference point is the opponent's structure and the players and the opponent and where the direction. Enos knows where to be. And if someone steps to her, she knows that if she keeps moving, Sanchez is going to be free. If someone doesn't step to her, she'll stop, stay in that space so we can get her on the ball. And Paige has been excellent at that as well. Enos has come to bring quality on the ball. she's been superb off it as well. And yeah, I really wanted Shiva in the game because I knew we needed her defending energy once we got that second goal and that first goal, sorry. And I was a bit reluctant because Ines was so important with the ball. She had a really good momentum. Yeah, I'm excited for everyone who touched the pitch and didn't touch the pitch, because 2 weeks of really deliberate training in key areas came out today. And this is one or two important steps. It's easier to convince the players when we work really hard like we have. We've worked really hard. We've really focused. Our brains have been fried because we've been so focused. But now I have a nice win to say, if we do this, look where we can go. And yeah, in front of our fans, a special day. It's 10 years in this league, and there's probably games on one count of my hand that I can remember. This one feels really good right now.
Back, Jason.
Noticed that Andy needed some treatment. It was hard to tell on the replay whether it was a rolled ankle, she got stepped on, and then she comes out at the end. How is she doing?
She's doing okay. Well, she's doing good as far as I'm aware, and I hope that stays the same tomorrow. The game was under control. I didn't like that. She's been beaten up since she got back from camp, and since she got back from camp, we had a 3-game week. We've trained intensely, and then we got another 3-game week. So as soon as I saw that and the game was under control, yeah, get out. Let's put you in the refrigerator. Let's cool down and roll you out Wednesday or Saturday this week to go again. But it's hard because she's so key key to our team. But I think we made the right choice, and hopefully we saved anything silly happening.
Thinking about the eights, you were just talking about, we've been talking about them really through the whole press conference. It seemed like the progression from day one to now, that's maybe the thing that jumps out to me is they're getting more involved going forward. It hasn't just been supporting the defense. How have you seen that sort of growth process with not just today's eights, but everyone that plays that role? Yeah,
everyone's done great, but it's been strategic. OL Reign, Louisville, and Carolina. I've really felt passionate that the OL Reign and Carolina game was going to be very tough, and we're going to be under high pressure. And it was the beginning of the season. I've got people in new positions. I've got a new team. I've got new staff. And what we decided for those 3 games was we were going to have to be less open, be more about rest defense, be more about controlling transition, being a little bit more playing forward and direct. And as soon as we got through the Carolina game, it turned to, right, now let's get more open. Let's start to play more like we did for 8 weeks in pre-season. Today, if we played like this on the first game of the season, that would be ideal, but I strategically didn't feel that we were going to be able to. We had to win games. It doesn't matter how well you play in this league. If you don't pick up points early, things can get really hard, and I've gone through it too many times. You have to pick up points. We focused on that. Should have had 9 because of the Louisville tie. Then we started to build, and very disappointed with Houston performance. Big opportunity, and we weren't good enough. Chicago very good but couldn't score, and today, we were cooking in the final third, and we're still missing opportunities. We're still missing the free player. Sanchez was free. We missed her. We missed the pass sometimes. We missed chances in the first half. Forward couple steps, big performance. It's I think what the feeling we have is if we keep working like this, we're going to be okay.
Last one for me is you get a goal off a set piece.
Yeah, that's been coming as well, because we should have scored in the last 2 or 3 games. And I've told him before, we've focused on attacking set piece because these guys keep doing all this great work, staff and players, and we haven't got the goal we deserve. We missed big ones against Chicago. Really glad that we got that today.
I was going to ask if you've had time to work.
Oh, non-stop.
And in everything else, but
Non-stop.
We have a question from the Teams call. Chad, if I play this out loud, is it going to affect the audio at all? All right, we'll give it a shot. All right, Rachel, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Great, okay, thanks, Coach. When Garcias and
You have to mute yours.
I did believe it was the first NWSL match with 2 15-year-olds on the field. I wonder, is this where the game is going in the U.S., where top players bypass college and go directly to the pros?
Yeah. You have turned both off.
There we go.
I've been really passionate about this probably since 15, 16. No, it's not. It's not. I don't think it's the way it's going to go unless it matches the need of the player. Every single player is unique and different, and they all have different journeys. What is best for the individual, I believe, is the most crucial. In 15-16, there were so many rules in the league, and it was tradition, I understand, and players had to do and follow one path. And everyone was afraid that if we open it up, then people start making some silly or stupid choices, and young players and young kids and adults, families, it becomes a very complex, tough situation. I really agree with that, and you have to get it right. I remember when Malpew was coming out, you've got to get the whole thing right. We had Ellie Carpenter in Portland. We also had Sophie Smith and Olivia Moultrie, and now here with Chloe. It isn't for everyone, and it's not for every club. But I do think if the player is showing the ability and they need this to continue the development, why would we hold them back? I know we adjusted the rules in the league, and Pugh came in, and then Tina Davidson left college early, and now 2 or 3 years later, Olivia Moultrie wins a lawsuit. We're finally at a place where there are more options. So my belief is shouldn't be roadblocks. There should be pathways. However, the pathways are not for everyone. They are for specific people that maybe are ready for that. Now, who gets to choose? That's the scary part. And if the people who get to choose make the wrong decision, yeah, it's going to be a problem. We're really happy with Chloe. Same with players like Paige and Tara. Crucial players to our team right now, and doing really well. While we've got a lot of experience and a lot of great players, we're a team that will focus on team first, and whoever is performing will get their chance. And yeah, you've seen just as much as I have, Chloe's deserved to be on the pitch. She makes us better when she comes on, and yeah, it's a start of a fun journey for her. And the biggest role I've played with her is try and make sure this goes slow, probably slower than it needs to. But yeah, we all need to take this step one step at a time. And earlier this week, I talked to her about not trying to make sure we don't overcoach her, because she's free, she's playing, she's doing a great job, and a lot of coaches will do that. We want to save the world and try and make people better, and sometimes we've got to stay out of the way. Right now, we're just trying to stay out of Chloe's way because she's doing a great job. Okay?
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The mic's off.
Just one, I was thinking actually too, like 2019, that first month, they had 4 7-years-old. And then I asked Richie, I was like, how much work have you put into this? And he said, not at all. And then they didn't score one for the entire game. I was like, you should think about that. Right, the one that didn't.
Yeah, leave it open.
Like when y'all start talking, just let me know. I'll close the door.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be like a review of why that one did not, something
Yeah,
went wrong
something,
with it.
there was communication issue.
Yes.
But yeah, I was gonna ask about it, cause clearly, cause that even from that, though, you could tell, like, working on the 3 corners of the ones I remember.
And I apologize for the inconvenience. I know you guys are all a shy group, but like when you ask your questions, you don't mind just projecting it so they can actually pick it up on the mic.
Sure.
We'll fix it the next time. Thank you.
still signing as of 19
Well,
minutes
19
ago.
minutes ago was a lot.
I'm in a, I don't know why I'm in this, but I'm in a NWSL card Facebook group. And apparently, people are very upset with Spirit because all of a sudden, the Trinity Rodman autographs have become very uniform.
Okay.
And they look very standard.
Okay.
And I was like, Jordan, what's going on in the room of the autograph? She's like, well, we don't even give them my because it just sits there. I was like, that's why I was like, stop sending your cards. They're just, it's not worth it for you. Also, they would come back with like a schedule magnet and like other stuff, like very clearly someone on the
From the
team.
market.
Yeah, very clearly marketed.
Right.
But I was like, I think it's still real. Could be real. It's like, yeah, Trinity stuffing those in there. Just putting a foldable schedule in your envelope. Yeah, that's right.
The-
Putting the stamps on there. Yeah.
From them, they're framing of that. I'm sure that she says something more eloquent than that, but for that to be
Right,
your
that's-
full quote.
Yes, I mean, that is the social media team also, taking a speech that is maybe like a little too
Right.
lofty for the whole team.
And then taking
How
over.
can we make this worse?
Yeah.
How can I strip this of good content?
And just make it.
Are you referring to the mosaic tweet?
No,
No.
the, you're not a good coach, you won't be fine.
Ah.
Yeah.
I see now.
Doesn't seem to work.
So like on the call,
Yeah, they'll be in there, so as long as you just keep your door open, they still can hear it on delay, but that's the.
I don't.
I mean, I guess it's possible to have them all in at once. Be prepared for all outcomes. I'm doing after the weather delay situation last month, so I decided to do like, I was gonna try to do like kind of about the and then
That automatically overturns the call.
multiple articles came out. Reframe this. Yeah, she took my columns,
Yes.
well, it seemed like she was handling it particularly.
Yes.
But, so I talked to Tom Scott about, like, speaking of thinking of preparation, and I was like, so how much of this is automated already, and how much of this is like the situation? And she's like, when there's a threat of a delay already, I'm in the stadium early, I go speak with like the catering department, and I'm like, you need to have like X, Y, and Z ready to go, and she's like, I'm in there, like, making toast, just so the players have something because you can't fall off the cliff. And I was like, I'm not obvious, but it is kind of funny because there are other teams where it's like, so what do we do now?
Maybe there's some extra snacks.
Who got them? I mean, on snacks, on not the Kristen Hughes one, the one before that, they also had a delay. And Lily Williams said that
Conflicting information.
they were given like chicken wings and fries, and Lily Williams was like, do not eat these.
It was one of those two.
You know, the next game they got cross games, which is
Okay,
smarter.
so
There's
yeah,
bread.
there's bread. Still a lot of sugar though.
Yeah.
A lot of short-term energy burst.
Yeah, but I guess better than just salt.
Something, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, apparently they're like, here you go, guys. And then Williams was like, do not eat this.
Everyone stop.
We can't do this to ourselves. No, during the delay. Yeah.
Would you like to be very slow and slow this game restarts if it restarts?
At
At
11
1 in the morning,
p.m.
right?
When I had my indoor team, yeah, it's now outdoor, it's like a distant memory. One of my teammates, one of my friends, he'd have a 7 or 8 o'clock game. He would leave work at 5 or 6 and stop on his way and always get a burrito at Chipotle. And he'd come in and he'd be like, I ate a whole burrito on the way. We're like, you're gonna be useless. And then he would be useless except he would only score 2 goals.
Wow.
He would be terrible for the entire game. He on 2 plays, produced 2 goals, and it was
That's why
like,
it's,
this might be. It was like, this is worth it. Like, you should keep doing
You
this.
should just keep
This is as good as it's gonna
It's the
be.
burrito brace.
Yeah.
Over 25 at that point. Or were you, was that young?
No, we were all like 26, 27, and later, but like.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah, exactly. And then you throw in, like, usually you're coming from work, so there's not like time to get like loose. You get that like 3 minutes between games.
Perfunctory, like, quick
Right.
toast straight, I'm good.
Well, I would straight up like come into work, like I'm an idiot, so I would come into work like an hour early, so I could leave an hour later, so I could have my
Followed with horse
or
racing.
directly indoor soccer.
Because the next day, if you have to pull both your hamstrings, you're going to regret it. Walk like an idiot. So might as well go in there and get your strength.
I wandered around work for a month. We had like business
So who's now the odds-on favorite?
I was in Queens for a month because I had to wear a walking boot because I screwed up my ankle, and they were like,
I don't even know which race is horsing. Horsing. I mean,
I would
racing
leave
is
early. I just need to leave like early so they come in. I never told them why, because I knew if I told them why, they'd be like, hold on a second.
Right. That's like when my shoulder surgery was about baseball, about pitching injury last year.
Right.
Like, what, you coaching? Like, I don't understand. You're old. What baseball are you playing with me? Sorry, I'm not giving it up, I promise. But I did finally leave where I'm the youngest.
Okay.
It's the minimum age is 30.
Okay.
But really, the average age is like 45, 50.
Right, because like the guys in their early 30s are like, I can still play in the.
Right. So I moved away from that. I was playing with like D1 college summer players, and I'm like, this is not fun anymore. This is not for me.
This is not right.
So I went to the league, and I'm like stealing bases. I'm the speed guy now. This is great.
That's
It is awesome.
yeah.
I was like, who cares anymore? Like if I would, it's more fun. I just want to tell everybody that the guy that's catching is like 62 years old and smoking between innings. I don't tell them.
Wild on. Wild on.
Yeah, go ahead, go.
Okay.
Yeah, go first.
Yeah. All right, Mike is hot now.
I forgot it. I don't know why I did that in the corner.
All right, we have Paige Mateer and Ashley Sanchez. Let's go, Jason.
We just had Mark in a few minutes ago. He said that this was like 1 or 2 big steps for the team, especially on like a 90-minute front. How did this play out from your perspective in the game in terms of advancing what the team's been trying to do all year?
I think we started out we came in hard, and I think we didn't let up the whole entire game, and that's definitely something we've been talking about. You know, you can have a good half, but to have a complete 90-minute game, I think we controlled the game the whole time, and I thought that was really important, and I thought we executed.
Paige, I wanted to ask about your goal. Mark was saying that you, as a team, have been working a ton on set pieces. How's that experience for you for a professional goal, and then on top of that, sort of paying off something that it sounds like the whole team has been working on?
Yeah, I mean, every week we work on set pieces, but Sam played a perfect ball and I barely had a move, so really a testament to her and how much we've been practicing that. So it's great to get a set piece, obviously, so it came at a good time and hopefully there's more to come.
Jose?
Actually, you had multiple opportunities throughout the game before that final one. You know, what was going through your mind after each chance? You had the one go over, after the you and Trent had the other one go safely in the hands. Like, what was going through your mind until that final one finally went in?
I think obviously it's easy to get frustrated in those moments, so I was just trying to keep myself composed and keep demanding the ball and taking shots regardless of the previous misses, and I think she laid off a great ball, and it was a good finish. But, yeah, I think that's like a testament of just trying to stay focused and not think about the past.
Trent was pretty darn good today. Is she the type of player who, like, even before the game, you can tell that she's just in a mood where she's gonna ball out all for 90 minutes, or like, I don't know, is it like, could you sense anything from her today?
I mean, I think she always has good energy, and I don't think you necessarily are like, oh, she's going to be on today. I think she has moments in every single game that are incredible, and I think we all are just waiting for those moments every single time we step on the field.
Ashley, I wanted to ask you a little about the general connection that you and Trinity have had for really since she came to the club. It seemed today like it was kind of maybe a balance between finding some tactical pointers that maybe the team provided, and then some of it is just pure, you two are out there inventing things. Where is is it like a 50-50 in your mind, or is it more like the team setup allows us the freedom to just get out there and do whatever comes to mind?
I think as a team, if we do everything right, then people who are creative are able to find the spaces and do what they need to be done. But I think me and Trent just have like a special relationship, and I think we kind of know what each other are going to do sometimes, even if it doesn't come off. We know what they were trying to do, and I think that's just a really good connection that we have. And obviously it wouldn't be possible if the people behind us and on the other side of the field are not doing their job.
Looked like today another celebration. This one maybe, I know Trinity had the one that didn't quite work. This one looked easier to work through. Any inspiration behind it?
No, I just think we were like business. We're doing business today. I don't know. I don't actually know why we did that. We didn't talk about it or anything. We just like did that. I don't know.
Paige, where do you see the midfield at this point of the season, and where do you feel you guys can continue getting better heading to the next matches?
Yeah, I think the midfield, and especially how we can open up our 10, has been a big topic the past few weeks, and I think that we're growing and we're learning every single week and every single practice. So I think just being able to be comfortable on the ball and getting those movements right to open up different channels is really what we're focusing on, and I think we can improve on that, and it's gotten better, and it will continue to get better.
Andre? Yeah, I had a question for Paige, just looking at your path into the team, and Mark told us before that he's kind of worked on the beginning of the season being defensively solid, and then now stepping out, getting into the attack more. Just your overall perspective on being undrafted, coming in and playing such a big role on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it's been a journey for sure, and obviously, sorry, keep going. I mean, this team is so supportive on both sides of the ball, and I think, getting the defense part right is obviously crucial. I think we've had great defensive performances and another great defensive performance today. And the attack, obviously, some moments of brilliance as we just talked about. But, growing on both sides, and I think just being in this club and being undrafted, they've really given everyone the opportunity to do their best and to shine. So.
Trinity, thanks for joining us.
Hey guys. My bad.
I wanted to ask, Ashley about her side of the connection that you guys had in general, but also today. There was a bunch of them. How much of that was kind of knowing where the pockets were going to be today versus like finding them in the moment against a team that generally doesn't tend to give up 3 goals very often?
Well, let me just remember some of them. Sorry, I just feel like it happens so naturally that it's just like, but I don't know, I think we've worked all week, me, Ash, and Hatch, just like on our opposite movements, and I feel like the first couple games it was kind of like 2 of us were running forward and there wasn't that person coming underneath, or vice versa, and I feel like I would come underneath and there'd be like, I knew Ash would then take the space and I would flick it to her, or she would do a no-look pass for the slip. I just think it's there, and as soon as we're face forward, the initial reaction is to just go forward. I'm sweating.
Back to Paige. Actually, this Mark told us a little bit about, the goal is to find Ashley at the 10. So just wanted your perspective on how stepping out and doing that in terms of the alteration to generate more chances. And then Sanchez, for you, just how do you kind of view your role in terms of finding those pockets and spaces so that you can get on the ball more?
Yeah, well, obviously Sanchez is brilliant on the ball, so the more we get at her feet, I mean, she does great things with it. So, yeah, as a midfield, just working to find those options, because if one of us opens up the seam to her, either it's going to open us up, like ourselves up. So just finding that balance, and like there's always going to be a person open and trying to find that free player.
What was your question?
Just in terms of you being the focal point of the attack from the midfield, being the 10, just in terms of everybody prioritizing getting you the ball, how do you kind of work yourself into those different pockets across the field to be able to receive the ball?
Yeah, I think everything kind of comes down to what our 8s and our 6 are doing, and I think they're just doing a really incredible job opening up the space for me, and I think my job is just to be scanning and making sure that I can face forward so that I can go forward. But yeah, I think everything's kind of coming together, and every week we've gotten better doing that.
Just have one for Trinity. We heard that, I wasn't actually able to hear it, but on CBS, your post-game interview, you gave credit to Tara in the back line. I just want to give you an opportunity to talk about her, because going up against Alex Morgan and before the goal was really nice.
I'm just so proud of her. Seeing the growth she's made in an entirely different position. I could not imagine taking the responsibility of a starting center back. Never mind playing 90 against one of the best forwards in the world. Tara did, she locked her down. Yeah. And that's not discrediting Alex at all, but she was winning majority of the headers. She was in the right positioning. She was winning the race every single time. And I mean, for the lack of experience she has in that position and how well she performed today was, unbelievable. So I'm so proud of her, and that helped us so much, especially with the attack, because her clearances were giving us counterattacks that ended up getting us a corner. Mm-hmm. So
that was really good.
My question's also for Trinity. Could you describe there were a lot of chances missed in the first half. You go into halftime 0-0, end up
That's right.
pulling
Me too.
3 in the second half. What does this team feel like, and you personally at halftime, specific to this year? Is there a different feeling knowing, even though you missed those chances, that this team has the mentality to kind of collectively turn it around the way that we saw today?
Yeah, I think our team's so good at fixing things at halftime, which sometimes is a bad thing because we start off slow sometimes, but we are talking about just the littlest details at halftime, and I think we do such a good job at coming out strong. And I feel even last game, the game before, we've had all the pieces, we've done all the hard work, we've made the tackles, we've built up, done these amazing attacks, and it's final pass or final cross, final finish, and I think we've been working on that, just finishing first-time crosses, whip balls in behind, everything, and obviously that showed. And I think too, when we missed those in the first half, we were definitely learning what not to do.
Yeah. Don't use your right leg anymore.
Don't shoot it. Just kidding.
Sorry, I have 2 questions. The first one is Paige. 2021, when you opened the season, you got your first college goal of the season, which is 18 games you played straight. I was just wondering how it feels now, having scored in NWSL, perhaps scored in both your NCAA and now in the NWSL. How's that feel for you?
Yeah, honestly, it's incredible. It's so different from the college game, obviously, but just the atmosphere at Audi was incredible, and it was such a whirlwind after that ball went in the back of the net, but it was cool.
She didn't want to take credit for it.
Yeah.
We're trying to celebrate. She's
I don't want to be here.
And then the second one is just, that was a hot one. It was kind of toasty outside today. Hydration breaks, finally. How did that feel for y'all? This is just for anyone.
Just the second half. Well, the ref came up to me and he was like, "Do you guys want a hydration break?" And I'm like, "Obviously."
What kind of question is that?
I was like, why were we not already getting one?
No, we're good. We'll push through.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was really nice to get one of those. Yeah.
This is for anyone. It was mentioned about the atmosphere. How does it feel to get this result so early in the season with the crowd that you guys have, and obviously as after the World Cup, there may be a boom of people. So, what kind of motivation do you think this result and the future will set to bring more people to the venue to watch you guys play?
Okay. I don't know. I think our fans are so good, and like to have to like being in DC, you get Virginia, DC, and Baltimore. Like you kind of get everyone coming together, and I don't know. I feel like everyone comes together, and it's just amazing. They support us. If we win, we lose, we tie. We're having a bad game, good game, and like you can feel it. Like it's crazy because we talk about how like when we're dribbling or if we have a good play, we can't hear anyone screaming, and then when the goal happens, it's just like boom, like it's crazy. And I think just the like relief. Hearing that after you score, after you do something great is like the best support. And like 12,000 today.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Crazy.
that was crazy. But yeah, I mean it's gonna continue to grow. I hope so. Sick.
And we have one more, Henry.
Trinity, before you came in here, Ashley was asked about the celebration that you guys did. I don't know
What did we do?
That's what I said. I was like,
Where
we
did
didn't
you come
talk
up with
about that. I don't know.
See, that's another thing. We're on the same page. Don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
I don't know what this was either. And then I went to her and I was like, okay.
I was just trying to stop you.
We had talked about, I know, like stopped that immediately. We talked about a team celebration. That didn't happen. So you just gotta work with what you got, apparently.
Yeah. Improvise.
And if anyone's gonna look stupid doing it, it's
Both
gonna
of
be
us,
us too.
All right, thank you,
Does that
everybody.
answer your question? All right, thanks, guys. Wow, I was just sweating really bad.